exactly at our past lows, generally at $15,500. Yet again, from my perspective, it's not incredibly legitimate. Anyway, I would eagerly endorse you to plot this specific slipping channel on your outline, interface your previous lows, stretched out towards the past high, and you will see exactly similar assist areas as I was having right now on the diagram. Yet again, regardless, as referred to beforehand, from my perspective, in the approaching days, maybe in the looming hours, fundamentally an unblemished lower low on Bitcoin is very likely, nearly to what I posted a few days earlier on Twitter here. Unintentionally, I really feel that Bitcoin will go lower in a little while and take out the low at $24,750. Patience will pay off. As of now, let me share with you why another push towards downset, from my perspective, is to some degree more plausible before we truly examine it in actuality. Permit me to bestow to you why another push towards downset, somewhat from my perspective, it's incredibly sensible. So we will take out the low on moreover spot exchanges at $24,750. Could we look at right now what 100 people have been doing on the Bitcoin frame itself? You are seeing that insane open income increase has been happening for the new hours, and that suggests brand new money is coming into the market. People are charmed trading Bitcoin exactly at this specific district. At this point we ought to look at expecting that they are longing or shorting the Bitcoin cost. As of the current second, I would concur that looking at the CVD marker, we are truly, as of this second, really seeing a little lower high rate here. In any case, zeroing in on the piece incorporated itself, we are seeing enormous lower high. So I would agree that the locale where we are getting ready this moment, we are seeing some digestion happening on the Bitcoin esteem itself. Additionally, expecting we go right now with our just out of the plastic new turn centers, you will see that our unblemished step-by-step turn for Bitcoin was avowed. From a genuine perspective, unequivocally at our liquidity level, fairly under our past low, which as I might want to think, grows the probability that we will drop even lower towards hindrance in the approaching days. So again, understanding that we are in a basic downtrend, for example, if you go with our surprising fill midpoints on the 1 hour time span, expecting you look right now at the market structure overall, we are unquestionably trading a downtrend locally, chatting on the 1 hourly, 2 hourly, and moreover clearly on the 4 hour period of time. I really think we have a higher probability of fundamentally taking out our past low, maybe not precisely on the future graph in view clearly here we recently took out the low. However, regardless, as I referred to 2 days earlier, center towards the splendid Fibo NI extent and moreover towards our 0.786 super NI treatment level if there are truly going to be head preceding going with a perfect, long, or a buying position on the bid contain itself. As of now something different that it looks some kind of stressed for the accompanying a few days. Here will be that our continuous expense action on the 1 hourly, on the 30-second, on the 15-second stretch of time looks unimaginably helpful. Looks unimaginably unpleasant here. So I would agree that our continuous expense action isn't in fact exhibiting us that the base for Bitcoin is in, and I would concur considering the way that we are seeing a cure after an inspiration towards downside or some lightness thereof, and besides the volume will confirm us that most probable this specific expense movement is a correction or some lightness thereof, since volume for the new days here is almost non-existent, I would concur. Astoundingly high probability. We are fundamentally going to take out our past low looking right as of now on the spot exchanges at $24,750. By and by, after the low conceivably will be expected out in the looming days since right now our anxiety and cross-section record, it's at the area of 35. People are being awful, people are getting terrified, but we will understand that clearly the liquidity on Bitcoin will be taken. We will understand that looking on the RSI marker, we are trading the oversold district, not simply on the spot exchanges, for example, Coinbase here. In like manner looking on the future diagram on buying bid, we are trading the oversold district on the everyday time span on the RSI marker, and for the most part talking, this here, has been a colossal buying sign for the bid contain itself. By and by, something different that I truly need to quickly make reference to will be happening with a monetary trade, US 100 as well as S&P 500, both of them, which are very related to the offered contain itself. It appears like we are taking out our past low, some liquidity has then again been taken on the S&P 500 as well as on the US 100 framework. Nevertheless, as referred to beforehand, the low on the spot exchanges on Bitcoin, on Coinbase, and clearly furthermore on Bitstamp has not been taken. To that end I'm telling to you liquidity diagrams are very huge. We, most importantly, need to rack significantly more people before Bitcoin can continue with its way towards the likely addition, yet again, since dollar cash document for the accompanying a while, in some action from my perspective, is truly giving an uncommonly lovely sign of fortitude. I truly figure DXY can go higher S&P 500 US 100, and clearly in like manner the comma steam itself can go lower in the approaching months. That being said, we are generally significantly looking for a small push towards the opposite here. Get everyone bullish again. Truly around then continue with our way towards a fuse side because as referred to beforehand, I genuinely think some kind of an assist with weaving will occur on Bitcoin fundamentally in light of the fact that the RSI marker on the ordinary time span is being oversold. So accepting for the time being that you're right currently looking for just out of the plastic new trades, I would agree, this specific area. I wouldn't be looking for a flawless short having a place. I would only be looking for a buy or a credit position after the liquidity under our past development rate here will be taken as of now. Much obliged. Discover a phenomenal day in concordance. After a crazy incident, Bitcoin has now been exchanging nearly at precisely a comparative locale however lengthy days. Bigger part is getting remarkably irritable in the event that the base for Bitcoin is correct now and on the grounds that a fundamental purchase signal is gleaming and we will apply on our chart a hashtag marker that according to my point of view, a ton of retail trailers are focusing in on them basically each and every time. Of course would it be a good idea for me I really say, each and every time we got a purchase signal, Bitcoin got an essential aid towards the reasonable increment. A couple of months sooner, January 2023, purchase signal happened. The base for Bitcoin was affirmed and we got a crazy aid towards the conceivable increment. Besides, here, purchase signal. All-time high on Bitcoin was ensured and in addition framed likewise already. For instance, 2019, 2020, each and every time a purchase signal on Bitcoin really happened. We got a crazy push towards the conceivable increment, and as I should suspect, obviously, a great deal of retail transporters, a various group are correct by focusing in on the purchasing signal that happened on Bitcoin a couple of days sooner. Regardless, I would agree that this purchasing signal here is genuinely novel too. All the specific purchase flags that we have been getting for the New Year's here, and let me show you why. Zooming into the cost activity again on the bit-by-bit time frame, it is apparently the week that we demanded the purchase signal here was the prior week we got an essential push towards the drawback, yet expecting you make now, for instance, search in the past when we got the buy signal, this buy signal by and large was guaranteed after a crazy push toward the conceivable increment, and certainly it was not trailed by essential setback in 2023 January. Push towards something contrary to Bitcoin and we went on with our way on a very basic level higher. Likewise, plus, for instance, here, we affirmed a buy signal. We went on with our way towards the normal expansion. We confirmed a buy signal here. We went on with our way towards the inverse, yet as of the ongoing second, it is apparently that, yes, the buy signal here was really declared. Regardless, Bitcoin for the new days is genuinely seeing a push towards the disservice. So what could that mean now, as I should suspect, obviously, in light of the fact that we got a validation of the buy signal here. The buy signal? Certainly. It will be authentic. In any case, I don't think it is genuinely going to play out conclusively as our past buy hails that Bitcoin is rapidly going to go on with our way towards the probable expansion. I really feel that it will wind up truly working, anyway, I genuinely believe being I is going extremely, like what was additionally happening here in July, 2022. The buy signal at this particular area was affirmed. Bitcoin got a little push towards the conceivable increment. Notwithstanding, 2 or following 3 weeks, we got one more push towards the conceivable increment, and solely after Bitcoin changed some sort of a higher low, we occurred with a massive bull run towards a perfect old high. So I do think, without a doubt, this buy signal here will be huge. I honestly figure Bitcoin has a more space to drop towards some side in advance, one more little push toward the conceivable increment, join for the going with a couple of months at this particular district before this buy signal. It's genuinely going to transform into a vital component before Bitcoin is truly going to proceed its way on a very basic level higher towards the potential increment now. Another particularly spellbinding thing that I really need to concede to you is additionally going to be on the bit-by-bit time period since I saw that particular individuals are extremely cynical on the bit contain itself. We have been inspecting this particular disk slipping channel for a truly deferred time period, and you will see that it looks like until this date, The most raised explanation for our plunging channel has been regarded very charmingly. The crooked area of help, unimaginably decent area of help. The mid-level, additionally unimaginably, especially regarded. Similarly, obviously, Bitcoin has been directing towards the normal increment, hit the most critical explanation for our slipping channel, and as of the ongoing second, we are getting a response and a dismissal unequivocally at this particular district. At this point, as alluded to ahead of time, certain individuals are getting very wary from Bitcoin, expecting that we will drop fundamentally towards 2 or 3 side in the next few days, in the approaching weeks. At this point, according to my viewpoint, it's genuinely not extraordinarily possible, particularly looking how hastily this particular cost development on Bitcoin truly looks. At any rate, considering everything, if Bitcoin, everything considered, goes a lot of lower towards AM side, you will see that the mid-level of our sliding channel is then going to be our next help level. Once more, obviously, focusing just to this particular sliding channel. Moreover, assuming we genuinely go on with our way towards AM side, the mid-level will come up precisely at our past lows, for the most part at $15,500. Once more, according to my point of view, it's not staggeringly authentic. At any rate, I would anxiously underwrite you for you to plot this particular slitting channel on your blueprint, interface your past lows, loosened up towards the past high, and you will consider precisely comparative help regions to be with having right now on the chart. Once more, notwithstanding, as alluded to ahead of time, according to my point of view, in the next few days, perhaps in the approaching hours, generally a perfect lower low on Bitcoin is extremely logical, almost to what I posted a couple of days sooner on Twitter here. Unexpectedly, I truly feel that Bitcoin will go lower soon and take out the low at $24,750. Patience will pay off. At this point, let me share with you why one more push towards downset, according to my viewpoint, is somewhat more conceivable before we genuinely look at it in reality. License me to give to you why one more push towards downset, fairly according to my viewpoint, it's extraordinarily reasonable. So we will take out the low on additionally spot trades at $24,750. Might we at any point take a gander at right now what 100 individuals have been doing on the Bitcoin outline itself? You are seeing that crazy open pay increment has been going on for the new hours, and that recommends shiny new cash is coming into the market. Individuals are enchanted exchanging Bitcoin precisely at this particular region. As of now, we should take a gander at expecting that they are yearning or shorting the Bitcoin cost. As of the ongoing second, I would agree that taking a gander at the CVD marker, we are genuinely, as of this second, truly seeing a little lower high rate here. Regardless, focusing in on the piece consolidate itself, we are seeing gigantic lower high. So I would concur that the region where we are preparing this second, we are seeing some absorption occurring on the Bitcoin regard itself. Also expecting we go right now with our barely out of the plastic new turn places, you will see that our unsullied bit by bit turn for Bitcoin was acknowledged. According to a real viewpoint, unequivocally at our liquidity level, genuinely under our past low, which as I should suspect, develops the likelihood that we will drop even lower towards prevention in the next few days. So once more, understanding that we are in a fundamental downtrend, for instance, assuming you go with our amazing fill midpoints on the 1 hour stretch of time, expecting you look right now at the market structure in general, we are undeniably exchanging a downtrend locally, talking on the 1 hourly, 2 hourly, and besides plainly on the 4 hour time frame. I truly think we have a higher likelihood of in a general sense taking out our past low, perhaps not definitively on the future diagram in view. Obviously here we as of late took out the low. In any case, notwithstanding, as I alluded to 2 days sooner, focus towards the magnificent Fibo NI degree and in addition towards our 0.786 super NI treatment level in the event that there are really going to be head going before going with an ideal, long or a purchasing position on the bid contain itself. At this point something else that it looks some sort of focused for the going with a couple of days. Here will be that our ceaseless cost activity on the 1 hourly, on the 30-second, on the 15-second time frame looks inconceivably supportive. Looks incredibly undesirable here. So I would concur that our persistent cost activity isn't as a matter of fact showing us that the base for Bitcoin is in, and I would agree considering how we are seeing a fix after a motivation towards disadvantage or something like that. Furthermore, the volume will affirm us that most plausible this particular cost development is a remedy or something like that. Since volume for the new days here is nearly non-existent, I would agree. Astoundingly high likelihood. We are on a very basic level going to take out our past low looking right at this point on the spot trades at